Hello, hello, hello. Yes, this guy is back. Wow, what a long, very long vacation. Uh, but it's been awesome. So we're gonna give it a few minutes. It is 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm looking at the YouTube channel. It is stating that it is starting receiving the content, which is a great thing. Always a great thing to receive the content. So we're gonna officially start, let's say at 7:02. Give it a few more minutes until everything works out. Hopefully everyone is doing well. And all right, it looks like we are live and everything is going great. All right. So, hey guys, welcome back to the server room, short for TSR, episode 39. Holy moly. I know it's been a while since I did a server room show for you guys, but my number one thing in life is to be a father and work and everything else. But family always comes first. So, as you can see with today's title, I am dealing with VPN setup. I know I said that I'm going to take care of SharePoint, and let me just share my screen with you guys because I'm going to explain a little bit. So I want to give a big thanks to Lenovo for hooking me up and setting me up with the TD340 server. That's what I've been using for my lab throughout the entire season 1 as well as season 2, which we are in season 2, right? My good friend Patrick from my Discord server, actually not my Discord server, which I'm going to explain pretty soon as well. He is my network admin from my Discord. I keep on saying my. I have to like change that. He created some cool Google Docs for season 1. You know, you click on it, it's going to take you and it give you a list of everything that I've done for season 1. You're able to click on it and it takes you directly to that show. Okay, so he also created a season 2. So again, this Google Doc will be provided for you at the end of the show, so do not worry. So Q1, first quarter of the year, my subscriber goal is set for 50,000. Right now, I am officially, 37,000? That's not that bad. First quarter is going to end end of this month. And then the next month is the second quarter. You know, and I know it's a lot, but hey, you got to give yourself goals in life. Now, like I said a couple of seconds ago, I got to stop saying my Discord because it's not my Discord anymore. I joined forces with my good friend Alex. I think his name is Alex Lopez. I think it's Alex Lopez. Hopefully that's the correct way. I know his first name is Alex. He is an awesome dude. He is a V expert, one of the best VMware experts that I've met so far. He has a website called I Think Virtual. Awesome dude. He's like family already. He is the second IT director of the Discord. So it's a team effort. So BTNHD and I Think Virtual have both joined forces, and we're just trying to provide as much good content and advice to those that are seeking it. So the Discord server is free. The community is free. Just have to join. We only have 9 basic rules. Very simple. Everyone is everyone respects each other. We're there to learn and just grow together like a big family. So check them out. Again, the link is at the Google Doc. So today, actually not today, and also I just recently released a video with Microsoft. It looks like Microsoft is blocking all the updates with Windows 7. That's ridiculous. I created a YouTube video. Check that out as well. It's really, really odd that they're doing that, but you know, they have their reasons. Like I said, you probably say to yourself, but episode 39 is supposed to be SharePoint Part 2. Yes, this is true. So I decided not to do a Part 2 or Part 3 because SharePoint is huge. It's a huge topic. The installation configuration was a long show. If I continue doing different parts for you guys, it's just going to be really dull and boring. And I don't want that. I want you guys to enjoy your time and learn. So I decided what I'm going to do is create a playlist dealing with SharePoint 2016 and continue from the server room episode 38. So it's going to be mini videos, 3 to 5 minutes, dealing with creating services, deleting services, creating collections, managing collections, certain little topics being pushed out to this playlist. So when you guys need something or looking for something particular with SharePoint 2016, rather than looking at a 45 or 2-hour video, you could basically go to the playlist and just find that 3-minute video, get what you want, and you're good to go. Okay, so that's the reason why episode 39 was changed. So we are dealing with VPN, which stands for Virtual Private Network. It extends a private network across a public network and enables users to send and receive data across shared or public networks as if their computing devices were directly connected to the private network. Let me see if I'm able to zoom in for you guys so you guys can see a little better. Applications running across the VPN may therefore benefit from functionalities, security, and management for private networks. Us IT people are known. We know about this. I myself have this in place for my 9-to-5 job. This is definitely one of the things that I implement, and there's different ways to implement. There's not thousands, but there's a couple of different type of VPNs. The well-known ones is the remote access VPN, and the second one is site-to-site VPN. I gave you a nice little Wikipedia definition. I copy and paste this from Wikipedia. But you could do it software-based, or you could do it hardware-based. I like to do it the hardware-based, using or utilizing the firewall switch that you have at your job or wherever. And there's always a VPN module that you have to purchase, right? Or plug in, or you might get lucky that your firewall has the VPN module already inserted, so you paid for it. That's awesome. But some of us are not that lucky. You have to spend a little bit more money to get a better third-party module to use VPN. And one of the cool things about this is that the firewall, like Sonic Wall, or what's another firewall? I think Barracuda is another one. Was another type. I think Dell also has, Cisco has firewalls. Those particular vendors have their own client, right? That you could download from the web GUI of the firewall, and you can install it inside your client, and you have a security certificate and all that stuff. Today, I am going to be doing SoftEther, which is an open source application. I love apps that are open source because this site actually provide you the source code that you could, make modifications yourself. How fly is that? Ooh, I love that. I love software that gives you the source code, and if you know what you're doing, you're able to modify it the way that you want it within your environment, within your corporate environment. Customize it. How cool is that? So within the Google Docs, I provided all the links. I gave you the main site as well as the download, so you could download. Now, the download is the copy of what I'm using, and today's a PowerPoint. And the way that I'm doing the whole SoftEther VPN software thing is I am utilizing my SharePoint. I'm taking advantage of my SharePoint, and I created a Windows Server 2016 machine. And I am going to do a right click, go to run, and let's do a WinVer. And this is my, I don't know if I could zoom in. Can I zoom in? I don't think I could zoom in, but let's, yeah, so I'm gonna zoom in right here. So this is my public IP address, right? Don't think that you can hack this machine because this public IP address changes constantly. You gotta lease it with Azure. That's one of the bad things about it. So you have to own that IP address. I don't own it, so I'm leasing it. So as soon as I shut down the machine, I lose that IP address. So please don't think that you are able to get in it. So the version that I'm using right now is 1607. That is what Azure is promoting. And I have the SoftEther VPN Server Manager. The reason why I like to use software-based VPN features rather than using the Windows Server VPN features, I'm only talking with experience. I feel like it's really clunky. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Especially if you're using like Windows 10 or Windows 7 VPN built-in features. It's like it's like a puzzle, and you're trying to put like that piece in that spot that you know it fits, but it doesn't fit. That's how I feel when you're dealing with uh, Windows Server VPN features. Like if you go to Server Manager and you install it and configure it, it's a headache for me. That's my experience. You probably have different point of views. You might work for your environment. For me, I like to use a third-party application, which is this guy right here. And I'm going to double-click on it. And I am going to actually establish the connection. Just started it. And I'm going to click on this. Again, I'm going to show you guys how to install it and configure it, get it up and running. But I want to show you that if I go inside, this is a virtual hub. I'm going to click inside my virtual hub. And if I go to, where are you, manage sessions, I only have 2 sessions right now. One is my secure NAT and one is my local bridge. And eventually I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to go inside my vSphere. And within my virtual machine, I'm going to install the OpenVPN Client, which is what I like to use. And I'm going to establish a connection to this server. Okay? So let's minimize that. And last but not least, OpenVPN Client is what I'm going to use. SoftEther does have their own VPN client. It's up to you if you want to use that. But I like to use OpenVPN. It's another open source application. You know, open source, you gotta support the community that does open source, right? They're awesome. In the virtual machine that I am doing, and this is for Alex. If Alex is watching, I am using the GUI, the vSphere. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about that. And what am I doing? There you go. There you go. Yeah, so Alex always kind of bothers me to not use that client. Always log into the web client. So I'm listening to the vSphere, the VMware expert, the V expert. So I'm literally logging into the web client now. I'm not using the application anymore. So hopefully you're proud of me. So I created a Win 10 64-bit operating system VM. And from here, I downloaded the OpenVM as well as I downloaded my OpenVM security. Again, I'm going to show you guys how to create this stuff, so do not worry. I'm going to right-click on it anyway, and I'm going to show you the goodness inside of this, because the software, SoftEthernet, creates all this for you. You only have to do a couple modifications, such as the protocol that you're going to be using, as well as the port that you're going to be using as well. So you customize the port that you want to establish the connection to. I use 9201. You can use whatever you want. Okay? I'll close that up. And we're going to install that a little later. So I'm going to just minimize this. I'm going to come back to that later. And let's get into the PowerPoint. And let's start the installation and configuration. So when I start with a new server, I have a habit of always installing .NET Framework 3.5. Why? Because certain servers, you have to have the DVD inserted to grab the .NET Framework. I don't know if you have to do it with 2016. I'm trying to remember. Probably you do, but I know 2008 and 2012 you need the path, which I think is source SXS, that source path, so the server manager is capable of retrieving this application so it can install within your server. So I like to do that. It's not a requirement. It's just one of those things that I like to do. So first things first, you want to go to the site. Again, you're going to go to the Google Doc. You're going to click on that link, and from here you want to go inside the download section. Okay, so you're going to click on downloads. And it's going to take you here. So click on download SoftEther VPN. You want to pick your select software as well as the component. Okay. So by default, this is what you want. So you need to check for your select component. So you definitely want the VPN Server Manager for Windows. And one of the cool things about this software, it supports Mac, Windows, Linux, and I believe it also supports Solaris, I think. And you pick your CPU type. So it could be 86 and 64. A lot of people have different opinions of saying 86 is supposed to be 32, but whatever. And then from here, go to the bottom and click on this link. When you click on this link, You're going to get the nice little, actually, when you click on this link and it downloads, you're going to see this guy all the way in the bottom. So once it finished, it's only a small little client. It's 44.9 megabytes. Shouldn't take it shouldn't take that long to download. Click on it, and once you click on it, you're going to get this. Click on run. It's going to start running. You're going to get this nice little welcome thing. Read it. I sometimes don't read it, but if it's a new software to me, I like to take my time and read everything. This is a open source software that was built in Japan, and it's really well known from my understanding. And they keep it pretty stable, and there's, I think, almost every bi-weekly or so, or monthly, there's always a new build that is being tested out before they push it out to the public. So you click next here. The option that you want is going to be the VPN server one. So that's the one that you want. And you could agree, read it, read the license agreement. A lot of people don't do this, but if it's a new software, just skim through it. Make sure you're not selling your soul. Check this off. If you don't check this off, you won't get the next. And read this if you want. Read this too. Skim through it. Hit next. And you can change the path. I left it as the default C drive. Okay. And I did not play around with the advanced install options for experts. So if you are trying to test this out within your lab, check this off and let me know what happens. I just left it as the default. Click next and next again, and it's going to start installing. Once it's done, boom. I find it so strange that this software is using the old MSN Messenger icon. Look at that. Doesn't that look like the MSN Messenger icon? That's nuts. Look at that. Old school. By default, leave it as is. Click on finish, and it's going to start this guy. That's what I double-clicked within the Azure server, right? So you're not done, because we need to create a virtual hub. We need to establish the security. We need to create a certificate for our VPN to access. We need to create a user. It's a lot of stuff. So from here, you want to click on connect, right? Once you click on connect, because this is your first time using it, you want to establish a admin password for your local host. So you provide a new password, you confirm it, press OK. Make sure it's nice and strong and solid. I would say 9 characters long. It doesn't give you a requirement, but I'm telling you, should be at least 9 characters long with an alphabet, a number, and a symbol. Okay? It doesn't tell you to do this, but I'm just recommending that it should be 9 characters long, uppercase, a symbol, and a number. Okay? Make sure it's nice and strong, and memorize it or put it inside whatever keyword database you're using. Okay? Press OK. And you get this nice little window. Now, the 2 options that you want would be, you want to enable the remote access VPN server. Well, duh, that's what you want. You want to do the site-to-site VPN server or VPN bridge, which I'm doing everything in one shot. So I'm actually doing both types during this installation. Again, within the Google Docs, I told you there's 2 types. There's the remote access VPN server or the site-to-site VPN server. You can actually establish everything in one shot here. That's one of the things I love about this software. And then just make sure you have VPN server, zoom in for you guys, that accepts connections from other sites. Center, okay? And they give you a nice little illustration of what each option is, okay? Once you do that, you're going to click on next. And you're going to get this nice little warning. It says the current settings of the VPN server or VPN bridge will be initialized. Do you really want to do this? Yeah, duh. So once you click yes, you're going to get a dialog box. Why? Because you need to create a virtual hub. Because this is your virtual hub, give it a name. I gave it BTNHD, right? Give it but you can give it whatever you want. Press OK. Once you press OK, you're going to get another window, and this is going to be your dynamic DNS function, because this is going to run somewhat of a DNS server behind the scenes. And I'm going to zoom out for you guys real quick. So by default, they give you VPN, those 3 letters, VPN, and random numbers. Okay, you can change it to whatever you want. Once you change it, this right here will highlight. It's going to say set to above host name. Click on it. Done. I would recommend at least putting some characters and some numbers. I think for me, I put BTNHD 04 and just set it, and then you hit exit. Okay, so change it, set it, exit. Then you get this. Now this right here, I'm going to zoom in for you guys real quick. There you go. This right here is configuring your internet protocol security, your layer 2 tunnel protocol, your Ethernet internet protocol, and then also your L2 TPv3 server settings. So it's a lot of stuff that we're setting right here. So by default, your virtual hub is selected, right? That's a good thing. And from here, you want to enable the layer 2 tunnel protocol, as well as you want to do the layer 2 tunnel protocol raw. Okay, so this one, no encryption. And I would say if you're doing it within production, you definitely don't want to do this option. You definitely don't want to do with no encryption. You want to have encryption. So definitely just enable this and just leave this alone. But for a lab environment, because this is my first time playing around with the software and I wanted to see how everything works, I just check both of them. And then a big star with today's notes. Again, the PowerPoint is going to be provided in the show. At the bottom, there's a link. You go to it, download the PowerPoint. It's going to have little notes section, a section for notes. You could take your little notes and everything and just make sure you highlight stuff. But this section right here, make sure you change your internet protocol security pre-share key, because by default, VPN is not a strong password. Okay? Once you establish all that, you're going to press OK. And you're going to get this. This is weird. It kind of advertises Azure. So I would like to see if anyone tests this out within their within their lab or testing lab or whatever, production. Shoot me, tweet me at BJ Tech News or shoot me an email, whatever. I want to know if this pops up for you, because I feel like this only popped up because I'm doing it within an Azure environment, and probably the software got kind of smart and said, wait a minute, you're using Azure. Maybe we could get you to do this too. So I would like to see if you guys do follow this, and when you get to this point, when you finish setting up your internet security protocol and your layer 2 tunnel protocol and all that stuff, when you press close, do you get this? Because I really feel like this is an advertisement. The software kind of felt up my environment, and it saw that I was using Azure, so it kind of pushed this advertisement. So I disable it because I don't want it, and I press OK. Now it's time to create a user, right? You need to establish a user to connect to this VPN connection. Okay. One of the cool things about using Windows VPN services is that you can actually integrate it with Active Directory. So you don't really need to create any users. They could basically use their Active Directory credentials, different, whatever, like B, for me it would be B or Rocho and password, and I'm able to log into the VPN. But for here, you need to create an account. So click on create account, because it's not being integrated with Active Directory, and I haven't done a lot of research on it, and I'm not sure if SoftEther is able to integrate with Active Directory. That'd be pretty cool if it does. I have to check on that. So you give it a username, full name, some notes. Username that I provided was BTNHD, my full name, and system admin, and give it a password. Give it a strong password. Do not give a damn password of password 123. Give it a strong password, okay? You can even set security policies if you want. So that's pretty awesome. And then you could, for the security type, there's multiple. There's password authentication. This is the one I use. You could do certificates. You could do signed certificate. You could do radius. Oh, that's awesome. You could do NT domain. Okay, NT domain and radius. So yeah, so there's a possibility that you could do Active Directory. Like, I'm gonna zoom in right here. Just answered my own damn question. How awesome is that? So look, you are able to use radius or NT domain authentication settings. Says it right here, Windows NT Domain Controller or added. Holy moly, this is a huge game changer right now. That's awesome. I'm super excited about that. I definitely need to test that out. Cool. All right, so once you do all that, you're going to press OK, and it's going to say, hey, you just created a new user. Thank you. So click OK, and this gives you a nice little list of all your users that you created. I already created one user, which is okay. If you want to create a new user, just click New and follow the same procedure. From here, when you click Exit, if you don't need to create any or create new users or manage anything, just exit out, and you're gonna get this. Now, you need to set the local bridge. By default, nothing is selected. You would think the software will be a little smart and do that for you, but you need to hit that drop-down menu and pick your Ethernet. Now, my Ethernet was Ethernet 3 and Microsoft Corporation. Most likely, this bridge is going to have only one network card. If your virtual machine or your hardware has multiple, got to make sure that the one that you're picking has access to the outside world. Okay? So once you do all that, click Close. You're going to get this using a local bridge function on your VM. They give you a breakdown of what's happening. Because I'm doing, this is another thing. If you are testing it within a hardware environment, this you might not get it. I think because I'm doing it within a virtual environment, this is the reason why I got this dialog box. So click OK on this, and it takes you here. From here, you want to do is create. And we're going to be creating a new port, because by default, it is listening for 443, 992, 1194, and also 555. You are able to delete these ports if you want and just modify them the way that you want. But for me, I'm going to be creating a new port. So I clicked on Create. And right here, boom, the port that I'm using is 9201. Now, if you remember when I opened up that OpenVPN file within the virtual machine, the Windows 10 virtual machine, you saw at the very bottom 9201. That is the port that I'm going to be establishing my VPN connection. I need that port to listen. So that means if you are doing this within your home lab, you have to configure your router to go out. So within Azure, I had to do my incoming traffic to listen to port 9201. If not, it wasn't going to work. I'm going to show you guys that too. So once you establish the port number that you want to use, press OK. And I'm going to zoom out. And what you want to do is click on OpenVPN/MS-SSTP settings, and you're going to get this nice little dialog box. Now, by default, it's going to give you a random UDP port. This port right here should be the port that you just established. So it should be 9201. For me, it was 9201. Was it 9201? I just forgot. Yeah, 9201. But whatever port you establish on this should be here. Once you do that, click on Generate a Sample Configuration File for your OpenVPN clients. This is what you're going to be providing your clients to establish the connection. Or you could probably script this into a package or something. So once you click that, it's going to give you a dialog box to drop this zip file. I dropped it inside the desktop, and here goes. It also wants you to open it. So you can either open it on the spot or hit no. I said yes, and this is what it provides within the zip file. The particular file that you want to make modifications is this guy. You have two. You have the remote access one, and then you have the site-to-site bridge access one. Now, for today's show, I'm only going to be doing a remote access one. So this is the one that I right-clicked on it, and I open it. I open it inside my favorite editor, which is Notepad++. I think Notepad++ is a lot of IT favorites, right? It's better than Notepad. So from here, there's two changes that you need to make modifications on. One, you need to change your protocol. By default is UDP, but I am doing TCP. So I changed it to TCP. Wait. Yeah. Change this to TCP. And also the port. See, by default is 1194 as UDP. So change it to TCP and then the port right here. Okay. This is the port that you established earlier. Okay. And then save it. And this is what you send to the clients when you establish the connection to the server, which I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you within the slides, But I don't want you guys to think, oh, yeah, it's on the slides, it's pictures, you know, yeah, it's going to work. No, I'm going to show you live. I'm going to install the Open Client within the virtual machine. I already have this particular file on the desktop. I'm going to tell the client to talk to her. We're going to establish a connection live, and we're going to see everything work. Well, hopefully works. Once you do that, you could close that, and it's going to bring you back to this window, and just click OK. Boom, done. Now, what you want to do is highlight this and manage a virtual hub. And then you get all this beautiful stuff. Now, the one that you want to do is virtual NAT and virtual DHCP server, your secure NAT. By default, is disabled, so we need to enable this. This is also allows you to configure your secure NAT configuration as well. I left it as the default. It gives you a nice, I forget what IP address pool it gives you, but it gives you a nice range of IPs. You could keep the default ones or you could change it. It's really up to you. So click on enable secure SATs. It's going to give you a nice little warning. Definitely read it. Click OK and exit. And exit out of here. Boom, done. And like I said, because I'm doing everything with Azure, I need to go inside my network interface. For you, most likely it is your your firewall or whatever, your router. And I located my network interface. With Azure, it's network interfaces, and within network interfaces, there's network security groups. The network security groups is what provides you your incoming, your inbound, your outbound security rules. For me, I needed to create an inbound security rule. So my inbound security rule was 9201. That's the port range that I established. If I did not do that within Azure, I won't be able to establish anything outside of Azure. And that sucks. So make sure you open the correct ports. Whatever port you provided during the installation part, you got to make sure that your router or firewall has the correct access rules to allow that connection from the outside world to your network, okay? And I just showed you, this couple of screens right here. This is my home network. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys. This is my home network at home. I'm using VMware workstation. I created a Windows 10, which was 1703, and I went into the OpenVPN.net. Again, this link is on the Google Docs, so don't worry about it. I install this client right here. They have multiples. They have for Linux. They have a zip file. I installed the exe, which is this guy right here. And when you click on it, actually I downloaded it. What's going on? Let's go back. There you go. Yeah. So I double click on it and I opened up right here. So this client is super easy to install. So click next, agree. You can leave all the settings as is. Click next. I left it as the default within the C drive. Install. Bam, wham, done. It's going to require a couple of things to kind of install. It's like a couple of virtual network cards that it's going to install within the virtual machine. And I'm going to show you guys when we do it live. Click install because you do trust it. You want that stuff. Click next and you're done. Hit finish. And this right here is actually the file that I put on the desktop on the virtual machine that we're going to do everything live. And when you double click on it the first time, it's going to give you, it say, hey, there's no connection profiles. You can press OK. But if you go all the way to the bottom right here with the timer, this is the OpenVPN icon. So if you click on it or you right click on it, you're able to import a file. And when you import the file, you get the nice little dialog box. All you're doing is searching for that soft Ethernet file, that certificate that you created. You're just locating it, open it, and file import it successfully. Awesome. Now, when you're done, nothing's going to happen. All you did was import that certificate into the OpenVPN client. That's all you did. When you need to locate it again, that same icon, right-click on it, and hit connect. Now, when you hit connect, it's going to say username and password. Now, the username and password will be what? It won't be the username and password that you log into your machine. Now, a lot of users would do that. They would try to put the username and password whatever they use to log into their current machine. It's not that. It is your VPN. So we created a user, and the user was what? BTNHD and whatever crappy password I provided. Now, I don't recommend saving passwords. I don't like saving or caching passwords with software. That's a big no-no. I stress that a lot to a lot of my users. Do not save your passwords. Just memorize them. Press OK. It's going to establish the connection. Now, the connection that I'm establishing is not secure, but you are able to go inside the SoftEthernet software and customize it to be locked down secure with SSL and all that other stuff. But for me, I'm testing everything out. I want to test out the software, so I use everything as basic. Once you establish the connection, boom, it's going to assign an IP address. Now, this is the IP address that it assigns you, 192.168.30.13. Now, I went inside I went to Google, and I say, what is my IP? Now, the IP address, you would think it would be your IP address. If it's your IP address, the way that you could test this is you could do what is my IP address, and you're going to get your ISP IP address, right? When you establish the connection within your VPN, and you do what is my IP address, it should give you the public IP address of your server. For me, during that time, it was 1392.195.209, and it was my Azure server. See, my Azure server. How blind is that? So, that's the end of the slides. Again, I will provide this slide for you at the end of the show, so you do not have to worry. We are going to, so we already established the connection here. I'm going to refresh this. There's nothing in here. I'll minimize this. I am going to go inside my vCenter. And let me full screen this bad boy. There we go. And seriously, come on. It's not doing it. All right, whatever. So from here, let me just full screen this real quick. Actually, let me do something real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me exit out of this. Let me go back into here. I still use the client. I still use it. I love the client. Sue me. I love the client. I love using the client. There it goes. That's what I wanted. Let's full screen that real quick. Awesome. Cool. So I'm going to right click on this guy right here. Actually, yes. I'm going to do start. Let's click on start. Let's go to control panel because I want to show you guys. I don't have the software installed. So I don't want you to think, oh, it's going to work, Bernard, because you already have the software installed. You're just reinstalling it over it. No, I'm not. Because I don't have anything on the taskbar right here. And you guys can't see because I'm like blocking it and stuff. So, okay. So you probably can't see it because I'm blocking it. But there's no client there. Plus, I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to go inside programs and features. And within programs and features, I don't have OpenVPN at all. All right, I don't want you guys to think, okay, it's already on the machine. You're just hiding it. You're going to double click on the exe file. It's going to go over it, and it's just going to work because you already had it working. No, I don't. I'm doing everything live. I'm testing it with you guys right now. Okay, so let me zoom out. I'm going to leave this here for the hell of it, and I'm going to double click. Again, this is the version that's already up on the site. Double click on it. I already downloaded. It's nothing special. Let me drink some water. I apologize for that. Okay. So it looks like we got the user access control, account control. So I'm going to click on yes on that. And it's going to start installing. Just like the PowerPoint, super easy. Agree, next, install. I'm going to leave it at the C drive. If everything works well, actually, let me see something. Let me open this up real quick. And let's go to change. Wait. Okay. So right now we only have one network card. So I'm going to hit install on that because, again, that's what like I said, yep, it's going to create a virtual NIC for the opened VPN client. Awesome. And installation is done. That's how fast it was. And I'm going to uncheck that and hit finish. If I go back into programs here, I'm going to zoom in for you guys real quick. It's not there, but let me see. Let's go back a level. Where are you? Where are you? There you go. Blind. Got glasses and I can't see. So, boom, both clients. Nice. Awesome. And this is a fresh machine because you can see the dates, 3/16, which is today. This is a machine that I just built. Yes, Alex, I used one of my templates. I used one of my Windows templates. Yeah, so that's good. And we're going to close that up. And I'm going to delete this. Let's get this crap out of here. We don't need that anymore. Let's empty it. Nice. So let's double click on this guy. And again, you got that error. See? No profiles. So if you guys follow the PowerPoint, we're going to go over here to the corner. And you guys can't see, but I'm very, very sorry. But I'm going to right click on it. It's going to say import file. It's because my big head is blocking it, which is okay. And you're going to get the window. It's a little small little window over here. Because the file is on the desktop, I'm going to go to the desktop Baronis. And there goes the file. It automatically changed the icon because it's registered to see that extension. It sees that it's an OpenVPN config file. So let's open it up. Boom, file imported. Again, I do apologize that you guys cannot see because my big head is blocking it. But what I'm doing right now is just right-clicking on, I'm trying to get to the damn icon. Right-click on the icon. You probably see, let me see if I can zoom in for that. There it goes. So you can see this, right? So I'm gonna hit connect. And just like the PowerPoint, I'm gonna zoom out for you guys. Just like the PowerPoint, let's put the BTNHD, right? Let's put the password. Shoot, do I remember the password? I gotta see. Well, should I save it? Let's save it. No, don't save it. Don't save those passwords. Click OK. Let's see if the password is correct. And was it correct? And come on, baby. Come on. Yes. It is done. So at the bottom right here, I don't know if it gave me 192.168.30.13 is the IP address that it gave me. Crazy. Let's zoom out of this. All right, we're going to close this up real quick, minimize that, and let's go inside our VPN server. So again, we only had 2 sessions. So if I refresh this session, what do you think is going to happen? We should see our session, right? We should see the established virtual machine. Boom. There it goes. Boom, 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 boom. How fly is that? Cool. Cool. And that's it. Done. All right. So right now it's 7:43. I would like to end it at 7:45. But who knows? Who knows? Let's go over to the chat, see who's there. Show some love. And who's at the chat? Who's watching? Wow, we got 13 strong people watching. I appreciate the love, people. Let's go all the way to the top. We have Ben King, another Discord member. How you doing, Ben? Thank you so much for joining. We have my man Alex Lopez, the iVirtual. He is the guru, the V expert from I Think Virtual. I think he's gonna kill me because I said his name wrong. Who else is here? Big R. Wow, Big R. How has it been? How are you doing, my good friend? It's been a while, man. He said the web client is getting better, but it's still a mess. Flash version of HTML version. We have, how many cores does your machine have? Which machine are you referring to? Lemon Candy. Are you referring to my machine that I'm establishing the VPN, or are you referring to my virtual machine within my Azure? So if it's the Azure part, that I could definitely share out to you. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to find it. Trying to find it in my end. This is just crazy. All right, so my Azure VM right now is currently running Windows Server 2016. It is the standard D size, which is 1 virtual CPU, 3.5 gigs of memory. And if I switch consoles on you guys, and this is the virtual machine right now, and I go to Task Manager, it's really small. This is 1 CPU, but again, this is Azure, so they're giving me the E5 2673 V3 processor, Xeon, with a clock speed of 2.40. So the processor that I'm kind of piggybacking on is a power horse, but the memory I'm only using 3.5 gigs. Okay. Let's go back to the chatting. And okay. Alex Lopez says there's a version 2.4.5 available now as well. So I'm assuming, is it 2.45? Okay, so it looks like I probably installed a older version, which is okay. Wait, are you talking about the OpenVPN client? Because on the virtual machine, I installed the latest one because I downloaded it today. Alex Lopez is screaming at me. He says, no, install a newer VM remote console. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to hear it from the Discord from Alex because he doesn't really believe in the vSphere client. He really believes in using the web interface. And I've been trying to push myself to use the web interface, but I'm a huge fan using the vSphere client. It's one of those bad habits. But, I am using vSphere 6.0, which, my good friend from I Think Virtual is trying to push me from 6.5, so that will eliminate and decommission my vSphere client, and I don't want to lose that. I really don't want to lose that. So I'm kind of debating whether or not I'm going to upgrade. All right. So we're going to end it right here. It's already 7:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. All the information is going to be at the bottom of the description. I will post up today's PowerPoint as well as the Google Doc. If you have not done it, please hit that subscribe button to get the latest and greatest. And also, it warns you and lets you know when I'm going live. How cool is that? The next episode is going to be episode 40. I'm trying to do something special for you guys. It's still in the works. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it next week. Again, it's going to be a nice, awesome show for you guys. It's going to be a good one. But it's still in the works. I'm still working with that. Again, everything's going to be provided at the end of the show. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Stay safe. Stay warm. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Keep on saying it again and again. And I catch you guys on the next episode. Thank you. And I always forget how to end this. Let's see. How do you end this show? I think if I press this button, will it end it? Wait a minute. This button? Nah. Wait. I'm just joking. See you guys.